BBC Radio 1.
It's Radio 1, and we'll embark on another road trip now with Julian Fernando Casablancas.
Road trip.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for using my middle name.
That's okay. Right, so over the next 20 minutes, we're going to go on an imaginary journey. So you get to pick what we play on the car stereo, or whatever vehicle you decide. You choose what we're travelling in and where we're going to as well, so the journey. You can think about that now, and we'll learn a little bit more about you along the way.
Where are we going? Okay. Well, even though I've toured across America a lot, I still kind of have that childhood fantasy of kind of doing a road trip across America.
Okay. So where are we going to get? Where will we start from then?
We will start in probably in New York.
And we'll end up in?
L.A., Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon.
Let's do Vegas.
Okay.
Do Vegas?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, New York to Vegas then. And how should we travel? What kind of car or vehicle?
I guess some kind of
One with
Cadillac
wheels?
or muscle car, or some kind of, like Thelma and Louise's car.
Okay, excellent. That sounds good. Do we take any food, any
Thank you.
sustenance with us?
I think we have an emergency stash,
Of
and maybe we have snacks, but we probably, I don't know, stop at diners and stuff.
Okay. You grew up in New York, is that right?
Mhm.
Tell us about what it's like.
Growing up in New York, you're around many different types of people of all creeds and classes, and everyone's kind of jumbled up. So, I mean, I think besides the fact that I was struggling so much in school that made kind of problems, it was pretty fun. It was nice. And
Did you leave school early, or did you make it through right to the end?
I left before it was over.
And did you have any other education after that?
There was a music class at school that I could take, and that was like the first time I started getting A's at anything, and
And how did that feel? Was it?
it's great. It just gave me focus and purpose, and I knew what I wanted to do and something to work at, and it was great.
Probably relief for your mum as well.
No.
No, oh, is that when the trouble really kicked in?
Yeah, I think it definitely kind of...
What was she worried about? Just the partying and the drinking and...
She didn't understand, I mean, like many parents, I think, if a kid is like, oh, I'm dropping out of school and I'm studying music, it's like, why are you studying music? Like, what is that going to lead to? I think she thought I'd be like a businessman or something, I don't know.
Looking back at that time, there was a lot of drinking going on, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's unfortunately, it's stupid, I think a lot of your heroes, I think you glorify that, and you're young and you just feel like, oh, I got to alter my perception, and a little bit of that is okay, but I think I just took it too far.
At what point did it get too bad and that you had to stop?
I always told myself if it affected music, I would stop, or at least maybe that's what I told other people. But it did definitely affect music. It probably affected it a little earlier than that, but I mean, it came to the point where if I didn't drink, I was in pain, so it was pretty serious.
And stopping, how difficult was that?
Well, I was hungover for probably over 2 years. Just a few months ago, I finally felt like, okay, I'm normal again. I thought I was never going to be normal again, to be honest.
Choose some music. Because you talked about heroes, about people that you kind of really looked up to, who you thought you had to kind of emulate. Is there anyone from there that you want to choose?
Well, yeah, I guess that what would coincide with what you just said, and good road music is probably Johnny Cash.
BBC
Radio 1.
We're doing the road trip at the moment. That was Johnny Cash, and Julian Casablancas is choosing music and just taking us on the whole trip. What can we see out of the window? So we're travelling from New York and heading across to Vegas at the moment. What can we see? Paint a picture.
Probably the most scenic way would be to go north first, actually. Kind of when you get to like Vermont and Maine and all that, that's pretty forest. That's the thing, is that you go on a road trip and you always want the scenes that you see in road trip movies. So let's just say we found that road.
We're on that road, okay.
And it's like,
Do you ever play games? Sorry, when you're on road trips.
you're talking about like the alphabet game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I played
You
those
played the
games.
alphabet game. Okay.
I played these games.
You're married now, and you're going to be a dad in a couple of months' time. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm super excited, but it's just a mystery, It's just like I know it's going to be a crazy intense thing, but it's kind of like not really yet.
You're on the edge of the precipice at the moment.
Yeah, I'm excited, and it's cool and weird, and yeah.
Right, you've made the solo album. Are you enjoying this? How different is it to the stuff that you did with the Strokes?
It's been super fun. I don't want to... It's been pretty damn fun, not gonna lie.
And what do you put that down to? Is it just because it's all yours, so you don't have other people to kind of do battles with, or do you feel free?
Maybe, yeah,
Liberated?
sure. I mean, there's that. Yeah, it's just been pretty easygoing and just,
And is it something that will continue? Because you're going to be making...
and just musically, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like the people that I'm playing with very easy to communicate with.
And the stuff that you're doing with the Strokes, that's going to be in the new year. You're recording in the new year?
I guess so. I don't know. I made predictions and it doesn't work out. So
the Strokes' debut album was named the greatest album of the decade by the NME. How did that feel?
It was great. I don't know. It was...
Did they get it right?
I'm glad they thought that. And I won't fight it. I won't argue with it.
BBC Radio 1.
We're doing the road trip with Julian Casablancas. You sounded really reluctant to talk about stuff with the Strokes. Are you reluctant to be with them? Am I picking up the wrong things, or is it just that you're just really enjoying?
I thought, yeah, we'll do another record. Don't worry.
Okay. What's the best thing and the worst thing about being you at the moment, Julian Casablancas?
I don't know. I feel just good about where I'm at, what I want to do, and just how things are going in general.
As an observer listening to what you've been saying, you sound like you're in the best place that you've ever been in your life. As in, you're enjoying life.
I feel
you're
that
loving
way.
the music.
I do feel that way. That scares me to say that because, you don't want to, like... That's what you say before a piano falls on your head.
I can't see a piano.
Well, I'm just thinking of cartoons, I guess. We took a ferry from Scotland to Ireland in 4 a.m. or something, and I got to take kind of my laptop, and I got to like work on new things just for an hour, and it was just like just amazing for me. The only negative thing I can think of is the whole just organizing of everything, because you get ambitious, and there's a lot of people and there's a lot of things to look after, and sometimes it's kind of a mess. And
does your head in, I think, is the expression.
Yeah.
Is that because you're a perfectionist? Do you get disappointed and frustrated with people?
No, I just want things to be right. I want things to be cool for fans, and whatever, do stuff that inspires people. And
what would you do if you did stop making music? In your dreams, what would you do?
Then I would be an inventor.
When we get to Vegas, what are we going to do?
If we're in a movie, I don't know, some kind of competition. Yeah. I don't know.
Do we go to the casinos?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the night before.
Okay, and any regrets, finally?
Any regrets?
How furrowed your brow is going.
For sure. But like I said, I'm happy where I'm at now. So you could change one thing you thought was bad, but that might domino affect good things out of the picture.
Okay, we need a final song then. The last song you want to play on the road trip.
A good road trip song is probably Rivers of Babylon from the Harder They Come soundtrack.
Julian, thank you very much indeed for the road trip. And we're at Vegas now, so I'll get out of the car. Thank you.
All right, awesome.
BBC Radio 1.